Let's start now. To start the software, you go to the lower corner and then you just type Creo, Creo parametric. And you may see that you get a best match Creo parametrics. Click on it. And it may take some time to open the software. So if you see your cursors is in circle, means is working. Now we can see the Windows Creo parametric software pop up. Okay, this is the resource centers. We don't need it now. Just delete it, close it. And this is the ProE software that we are going to use, right? So what you can see here at this top banner, and this top banner is what is quite similar to the Microsoft Word that are using. You have new icons where you are going to create a new models, and then you have these open icons where you open an existing models. So today I will going to teach you how to do a 2D sketch. So first, click on new icon. So after clicking the new icons, now we can see we have few subtype here. The first one is you want to create a new layout, or you want to create a new sketch, or this is the part, create a 3D modeling part, assembly, manufacturing, and drawing. So in our course BG3105, we will focus on creating a 3D models using the sketch part, and you will also learn about the assembly. Assembly, basically, let's say you have two parts, you want to assemble it. Then you have to use the assembly type. And then the last one is drawing. Okay, so we will focus on sketch, part, assembly, and drawing in these tutorial sessions. So first, we will start with sketch. Sketch is a 2D sketch. Okay, we need to put a file name. Let's assume that I'm going to put a file name as try1. Okay, and you click OK. Now we have this sketch toolbar at the top here. So in this sketch toolbar, what you can see here, they have a lot of tools. These tools are grouped into a different categories. So we will be using this sketching toolbar. Here you have line, rectangle, circle, art, and this palette as well. This is the sketching toolbar. After you do the sketchings, then you would like to edit the sketch, meaning that if you do some mistake, then you want to change the sketch, edit the dimensions, then you have to go to these editing categories. So in these editing categories, what you can do is you can delete the segment that you don't want, or you can modify the length as well. Okay. And after the editing, then we will look into these tools in this constraints category. This constraint basically is to define the relationship, okay, between each segments. And next is the dimensions, where allow you to see the length of your drawing. Okay, right. So let's start now. To start, let me go to the sketching here. So in this sketching, we'll first draw a simple line. Click on it, and then you see your mouse pointer is changed to the crossing, and then you click once. That is your first point, and then you drag it. So you need to click again, where this will be the end point. Left click, then you have the line. Okay. Now to end this, you can just click the middle mouse button then you get a single line. Okay. Now, after you click the middle mouse buttons, now you can see the length of this line. So this length is 6.14. So if you want to change this, you just go and click this, double click, and then you can change. Let's say I'm going to change this to 10 unit, right? Then the length will change to 10 unit. Now, if you would like to add the line, so you just click again, line, and then you can locate this crossing point at the end of this, left click, and you drag at the end of this, you click again, you press the middle mouse button, you're done. Okay. Now at this time, you cannot see the dimensions. Now to see the dimension, the length of this, you can go to this dimension here, click once, you will show the dimension. So what you can see in this dimension is that you can see the angle of this. You can change the angle. This is angle 25.56. You can change maybe 45-degree angle. Okay. And then if you want to change the length, 2.37, maybe you can change to maybe 5, for example. Right. So this is how you can change the length and the angles. So to delete all these lines, there are two options. The first one is, let's say you just want to delete one line, then you go to this editing toolbox. In this editing toolbox, you can see this is delete segment here. Click on the delete segments and then delete the line you don't want, but just point on it. When this line changes to red, just click left click, the line is deleted. Okay. You also can delete this line. Okay. Now let me repeat again. Go to the line, left click, drag, left click. Of course, you can continuous. Repeat this, and then you can make a two-dimensional sketch. Okay. Now you can click the middle mouse, or you can press the escape key on the keyboard. Then you have the first two-dimensional sketch. Okay. Now you can click on dimensions. Then you can see this length of it. Okay, so you can change the dimensions of this, right? Okay. Now, if you don't want this sketch, you don't want all the line, then what you can do, instead of using the delete segment one by one of this line, what you can do is you can go to this arrow here. Below there is click on this select, you have option, all geometry. You click all geometry, all the line will be selected. Then you press delete key in the keyboard. Then everything will be deleted. Okay. Now this is about the line. So another toolbox I would like to introduce to you is this datum. Okay. This center line is where you're going to create a 2 points geometry center line or reference. So this reference line is not a two-dimensional sketch, but is a reference. Okay, so let's assume that I click on this center line and make a two reference vertically here and here, and make another horizontally here. So this is my reference line. Okay, they are not two-dimensional, just a reference. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you another sketching tool, which is circle. Okay, if you click on the circle, you have center and point. You locate at the center of these intersections of this reference line, click on it, and you drag, and then you release, and then you press the middle mouse button. Okay, like this. And you have one sketch, and then you have another one like this. Okay, now you have a two circle. So this two circle is a two-dimensional sketch, right? Now you can add line and connect this. Okay. Press escape key and connect here. Press escape key. Okay. Now, of course, you can delete the segment that you don't want. For example, here, left click, you want to delete these segments which you don't want. Okay. So this is a two-dimensional sketch with a combinations of lines and the circle. Okay. So we want to delete it all. Select all geometry, press the delete key. Okay. Now we have seen the line. Now we see the rectangle. So go to the rectangles. There are many types of it. You have you can create a corner rectangle, slanted rectangle, center rectangle, or parallelogram. Just now we're going to try it one by one. Corner rectangle. First click, drag. This is one rectangle. And then slanted rectangle, left click, drag, left click again, and then you drag again. Then this is a slanted rectangle. And then we go to the center rectangle. You click at the middle, this center with the center of the rectangle. Okay. Then we see the parallelograms of this. Left click and drag. Okay. You see, you create a parallelograms rectangles. Okay. Now we want to delete all this. Press delete key. Now we have seen the center and points of this. This is center and point of circle. Okay. If you want to create another circle as center of this, one thing you can do is you go to the concentric here, and then you point on this center, and then you create this, right? And you create this. Then you have a concentric circle. Okay. Of course, you can change the dimensions of it. Let me delete this. See how you can change the dimensions. And delete all these things. You can also do like this and delete. Okay. Now, let's assume that I would like, we try with the 3 points circle. First point, second point, and third point. Okay, this is the one circle using the 3-point center. Okay, and then let me draw another 3-point center, and another here and here. Now I have a 3 circle here. Now this one, what we call as 3 tangent. 3 tangent basically is a circle that will be touched tangentially across these 3 circles. If you click 3 tangent circle and you click one of it, and then you go to here, then you go to here, then this circle at the center will be touched tangent to all the 3 circles over here. Okay, this is about the circle. Now, of course, you can change the dimension of this. Let's say this one is in this small circle here. The diameter is 2.76. Okay, you want to change the dimensions, you can go to this modify. And then you go to here, highlighted. Here you can change the dimension. Let's say you want to change the dimension 2.5. That is the diameter. Okay. You can switch between the diameter and the radius. If you want to use the radius, you point on here. You see, this will come out as the radius. You click on this. It will change to 1.25 radius. Instead of radius, you want to change that, you can go to diameter. All right. So this is the circle. So I'm going to delete this. Oh, now we will see the arc tool. Okay, 3-point arc. That means the first point, second point, and third point. This allow you to create a small circle. Okay. Then so how about these center and end tools? Okay, center and tools. And then you also can try concentric of this. Okay. Right. So you are encouraged to try different tools in the sketching. Okay, categories. Now let me delete this. Geometry, delete. And now we see the eclipse. Okay, the eclipse 1, 2, left click, and then you drag. Then you form the eclipse. Okay, and you go to center eclipse. This is eclipse. Okay, delete this, and then you go to the spline. The spline is allow you to create curve. So that means you press one left click, and then you continue with this, left click, you make a curve, okay? So of course, you can change the position of this knot here by go to the dimensions, and after that you can move this. You point to this curve, or you can see here, point on here. Okay, you can modify this. Go to the modify. Okay, you can modify. Okay, see, you can change the shape of this curve. After you are satisfied, you just click OK. Okay. Now sometimes when you scroll your middle mouse buttons, okay, you may miss your sketching. You can always click this to refit it. Okay, then you have the whole view of it. Okay, let's say if you cannot see this, you can go always click on this refit tools to get your sketch. Okay, now let me delete this. So this is fine. Now, how about the fillet and the chamfer? So these fillets and chamfers requires two lines. Let me demonstrate what is the function of this fillet as chamfer. So go to click align tools, and then you make maybe you make rectangles, okay? And then you click on fillet. You make a round corners between these two. First, click on one line, and then click another line. Then it make a curve. You make a round shape between at the corner. Okay. Let's say you click this one, another one, left click, then make a corner here. That is the fillet. Okay. So you can always undo this. Okay. You can see this is undo, fillet up. Click one time, undo. Now we explore the chamfer. Chamfer is made a cut at the corner. Make a cut at click one, left click, another left click. So you make a cut at the corner here. Okay, that is the chamfer. Right. You may also can use the text tool. Click on text. Okay. You can also let me delete first. Go to text tool. Then you can make a text. Then this text you can type PG3105, for example. Then you create the text of this. Okay. Right. So for this, you can see you can panning this text, okay, by click outside the text area, and then you try to drag your mouse. You then can do a panning function as well, right? So this is about the text tool, okay? Right. So another important thing is this palette tool, okay? This palette tool allocate a different predefined shape. What you can see here, some of the shape is predefined. 3-sided triangle, 4-sided square, 5-sided pentagons, and so on. Let's say you want to have 6-sided hexagon shape. This one, click on this, and then you drag to the drawing space. Then it will form a 6-sided hexagon. Okay, you can change the scale of this radius. Let's say this is 2.1. You can change this to 1.5, for example. Okay. Of course, you also can rotate this by pressing this the angle. Let's say angle is 10. You can rotate this. Okay. If satisfied, you just click OK. Now you can change the length of this. This is one side is 1.5. It's not satisfied. You can double click, and then you can change to maybe 3 to enlarge this 6-sided hexagon. So, and there are many predefined shapes that you can use if you find it helpful. So you can always explore this. Okay. Right. I'm going to delete this. Okay. Right. So now you have seen these sketchings too. Now we're going to see some of the common editing tools. We already show you how to do the delete the segments, modify of this. So the next one is the constraint. So these constraints, we have a different definition. We have a vertical constraints, horizontal constraint, tangent constraint, and so on. Let me show you how we can use these two. First, let's assume that I'm going to create a horizontal line. Okay, and then I create another horizontal line over here. Now these two lines are not equal lengths. Okay, to make sure this equal lengths, one you can do is you just manually enter the dimension of each line, or you can use this constraint. Okay, equal constraint. Create equal lengths, you click once, and then you select the line first and second. Then these two will be at the equal line. Okay, that means if you change, modify one of these, the other will also change as well. Okay, let's say 5, now you change it to 3. So they are correlate with each other. Okay, they are constrained with each other. So that's an equal length. Okay, so let me draw another one. Let's say this is the slanted one like this. Okay, then I have another line, maybe just like this. Okay, now I want to make sure these two lines are in parallel. So we can go to these parallel constraints tool, click on this and this. Then these two will be in parallel. Okay, so the distance with it, of course, you can edit here. You can modify at this. Let's say you want to make it closer. Okay, right? Okay. So this is log. If sometimes you cannot change this. Let's say you press 2, it doesn't work, right? So what happening is that because you have defined the constraint of this, so you have to first delete some of these constraints that you can delete. For example, let me try with. Okay, so this is not defined, so that means you can adjust this, but this is fixed. Okay, it seems like we cannot change it. Okay, right. So you want to change this, what you can do is you have to delete the constraint. For example, here you can delete this constraint. Okay, and see. No, we want to change to 3. Now you can change to 3 here. Okay. So how to delete the constraint? Now you already define these two are in parallel. You see highlight here? These are highlighted together. So you want to remove this constraint, you click here and press delete. So now this line is no longer correlated to this one. Okay, then you can change this to be, let's say you want to change to be a constraint as a perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular, you can click this perpendicular tools, click 1 and this one. Now the relationship is perpendicular to each other. Okay, it's perpendicular to each other. So this is the constraint tools. Okay, you can try it. Okay, so this is the most common two-dimensional sketching tool you will use in the 3D drawing. Okay, so this ends the first sessions of using the sketching tool.